What's good, y'all? What's the numbers TV? It's your boy Paul Rowe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and like a video if you appreciate the content that Paul Rowe What's the Numbers I provided. Today we back with another profile piece. This one is on B Brazy. In this video we're going to speak about his childhood growing up in Los Angeles, California, where he would get involved with the gang lifestyle from an early age. Then we will talk about his music career as a member of the West Coast groups Bloods and Crips and the Damu Riders, before focusing on his story as one of the first Bloods that was actively gangbanging to achieve some success in the rap game. And lastly, we will look at the situation surrounding his death at a motel in Inglewood that has many people who cared about B Brazy still looking for answers. Bruce Anthony Parrish Jr. is from South Los Angeles. Growing up there in the 80s and 90s, things would get a little crazy sometimes, as the area, like many around the city, was dealing with a growing gang problem. The main African American gang in the area that B Brazy lived in was the Denver Lane Bloods, who controlled a certain area near Imperial and Figueroa Street. B Brazy would become a part of the set as a YG from 109th Street at an early age, and would be thrown right into the gang lifestyle and also into their full-on war with the Crips. Back then, although it was still some minor flare-ups between certain Blood and Piru sets, for the most part, the Blood alliance was a lot stronger than it is now. The Crips, on the other hand, who were a lot deeper in numbers, had been having Crip-on-Crip wars since the early 80s, while the Bloods were able to keep their internal conflict to a minimum for the most part. Besides gangbanging, hustling, and being able to draw, B Brazy was also known around this area as a talented rapper. He'll record songs and compilations with other gang members and rappers from his area. One compilation he was on got into the hands of West Coast independent label owner Alonzo Williams, who released it on his label. The project, titled Flamin', did good enough for B Brazy that he was able to get on the Bangin' on Wax 2 album from Bloods and Crips in 1994. Although it was just one song, his voice and lyrical content stood out to the point that fans were interested to know who B Brazy was. But after the second album by Bloods and Crips, even though the group had achieved some national success with its sales, the group decided to split up in 1995, with the Crips becoming a group called the Nationwide Rip Riders and the Bloods becoming a group called the Damu Riders. B Brazy would become a part of the Damu Riders as they went on to release 2 albums titled Damu Riders and How Deep Is Your Hood in 1995 and 1999. He would also work with other Blood-affiliated rappers from the city on some compilation albums throughout the years that were released locally. One of his biggest rapper moments of B Brazy's career was when Mac 10, who's looked at as a West Coast legend today, released a song featuring B Brazy named Figueroa Rider on his Ghetto Gutter and Gangsta album. B Brazy, aka Braze the Days, will make his video debut with the song Damu Ride, which was the main single off the album. Although he didn't have the best work ethic, as he was still involved in the streets and closely affiliated with his neighborhood, B Brazy had a star quality about himself, along with his voice on the beat and gangster image that had the public intrigued to find out more about the rapper. A lot of Bloods from LA accredit the Denver Lanes and B Brazy with making popular the whoop gang call that certain Damus used to communicate. He rapped about it on the track with his big homie G Lin, and often used it as an ad-lib in some of his songs. A lot of younger LA rappers that came up after B Brazy looked up to him, or at least respected what he was doing and the noise he was making in the LA rap scene during the 90s. The future looked bright for B Brazy. He was fresh off the Damu Riders How Deep Is Your Hood album and looked poised to make his way in the West Coast music scene headed into the 2000s. But for some reason unbeknownst to his fans, his music production would slow down considerably over the next few years. There will be no major compilation or solo releases from B Brazy, besides the occasional verse on someone else's album that we spoke about earlier. Then in May of 2003, before he could get back in the swing of things musically or capitalize on some of those features he did with bigger artists, B Brazy was shot and killed at the Sandman Hotel in Inglewood. According to police, when officers arrived, they found him unresponsive and suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. The authorities will offer a $25,000 reward for any information on B Brazy's murder, but still to this day, the case is unsolved. B Brazy was only 28 years old at the time of his death. But yo, it's What's the Numbers TV. There's a quick profile piece on Bruce Anthony Parrish Jr., better known as B Brazy, out of Denver Lanes. So a lot of people were saying that this is what the story that came out originally. Allegedly, he was with a Mexican girl. The Mexican girl set him up, and a Mexican gang killed him. Then they were saying allegedly that he had some type of internal conflict with another Blood set, and a Blood set killed him. Then these are all different rumors that some Crips got him being at the Lanes and the Pasadena Denver Lanes. They beef with a lot of Crips. That some Crips ended up killing B Brazy. still to this day, even with the reward, nobody been arrested, no conviction. So these are just rumors, like I said. So nobody really knows what happened to B Brazy exactly. Maybe some people in his immediate circle or from the area do, but as far as like the world, nobody really knows exactly what happened to B Brazy that day at the Sandman Hotel in Inglewood. Now to move right along, also there isn't too much on B Brazy on the internet. Like you go find some music, maybe an interview clip here and there, but as far as like a real whole little documentary or story, there isn't one on B Brazy, which is why I wanted to do this. Do a profile piece on him, give people that information all in one spot. You know how we do at What's the Numbers TV. There is interest in him though, because if you go look on the videos that are up there on YouTube or something, they do got views to show that people are interested to know more about B Brazy. So this is what we're doing with this profile piece. So like I said, rest in peace to B Brazy. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to ramble on too long in this video. It's a quick video. I just want to mention real quick before we go join the members only. $2.99 a month. We got all the lives that we go live, and I put them private. They're all available for the members only. We also got the podcast. We got different things. We got the studio being built. A lot of footages on the members only, the stock videos. And also one more thing, if you don't do that, at least go subscribe to the channel, but also go follow the Instagram if you can. We're trying to build a nice little following, organic following over on Instagram to start doing more things over there. But like I said, man, it's What's the Numbers TV. It's your boy Poro. We back before you know it, man. We out of here. Peace.